You're listening to Behind the Wheel on RacingJunk.com. You've read the stories of the drivers and others involved in the sport that we all love. Now hear their stories firsthand via our all-new podcast to find out how their passion for motorsports has made life worth living.
You know, this is weird. You're over in another studio.
I know.
And I can see you. I can hear you. This almost feels like a professional setup.
A little bit, but it kind of feels strange, too, because I've never DJ'd professionally.
This is so awesome. So that over there is Ellen Richardson. This right here is Chris Young. Welcome to the latest edition of Behind the Wheel on RacingJunk.com. How you been?
I've been fine. You're the one that's been busy.
I know, traveling and changing, but you know what? I can't help it.
That's the way it goes. Honestly, we've both been pretty busy, but I guess with the summer, everybody gets a little busy. But hey, we're back. Oh, well, we're running about a month behind. Sorry, guys.
Give me some updates. What all's been happening? Because you know that the lavish life that I live does not afford me the information that you get.
Well, I mean, it's been a crazy race season. I think a lot of races have been getting canceled due to rain for a while, and now it seems like heat is taking over. But the heat hasn't necessarily canceled anything, but unfortunately, we've had some bad news in the racing world, which I'm sure some people have heard. We lost a dirt driver recently who was about a little bit younger than me, which I hate to admit. And so we've had, some bad news and some good news. Drag racing's been going really well, but I'm excited about this new episode of Behind the Wheel because we've talked about drag racing, we've talked about circle track, we've even talked about NASCAR a little bit, not one of my favorites. But this time, we're actually going to be talking to a driver who drives drift driving.
Didn't Brittany Force get engaged?
I don't know how real that is yet.
Really?
You just want it to be you.
You know, I am on all types of social medias. I'm on mobile devices. Did Brittany Force get engaged?
I don't know.
I think she did.
I don't know how real that is, and I'm not going to trust anything until she says it.
I mean, I saw a bunch of Instagrams where she's out there with her boyfriend at the beach or, and I saw like a little ring symbol on one of the posts, and I was like, I'm disappointed.
I think it's been coming, but like I said, until she actually says it and they actually have it out in the media, I'm not saying anything. I have no idea.
And I should probably stop because since you and I have last seen each other.
Yeah, Chris doesn't even know you're talking. He's already got somebody.
I got engaged.
You got engaged?
I got engaged.
I knew you were moving in, but whoa, what?
Yeah, I got engaged. We are, we went to the beach and just decided, you know what? She's the one.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and
oh my God, congratulations.
Popped the question, and I can't believe she actually said yes.
As long as she likes your little boy, we're good.
Oh yeah, she loves him.
Okay,
yeah.
That's awesome.
And love her, love hers too. She's got a 3-year-old. But anyway, enough of that.
See, I didn't even know that. There you go.
So anyway, enough of that.
So you were just waiting to tell me that. That's all it was.
I was. I mean, that's why I was gone so much. I had to work 9 jobs to pay for this doorknob that I put on her finger. So I mean, working like we work, we don't,
Yeah.
Don't make as much money,
right,
as you do.
Me? What are you talking about?
I skate by,
over here.
and apparently it has something to do with being, Patriots fans. For some reason, you guys always make the most money. I don't understand it.
They don't share any of their money with me. I wish they would.
Is it because of all the illegal activity? You guys get a kickback on that? Is that how it goes? So, they're deflating balls, they're cheating, they're winning. I just don't get it.
Oh, you're just sad because football season's coming.
It is 50 days away.
And we got a new TV, so I'm excited about it.
Oh, you got away from the 12-inch black and white Zenith?
Yeah, we finally got a big TV. We're very excited.
Proud of you. No, I'm excited because we are going to do something different on Behind the Wheel this week. Brendon Raymondi.
Yes.
Tell me about Brendon. This is Rally. I don't know much about this one, so tell me.
Well, Brendon is a young guy who is trying to make it big in the rallycross and drift racing world. Still looking for sponsorship like a lot of drivers out there are, a lot of our readers are, and has actually been featured on a show that was not real popular. Unfortunately, it was called Octane Academy. I can't even talk today, which is not a good thing.
And you got to do an interview?
I know, I'm kind of scared.
Yep, I'm breaking it. Prepare for this one on YouTube.
But that show did not last long, but it's neat to know that he has gone out on his own, even made a little celebrity of himself on YouTube, which a lot of people are doing these days. So, he's going to be a social media celeb. He's a drift driver. He's a comedian. He's an actor. He does all kinds of cool things.
Really?
So, yes.
Okay, well, this will be interesting.
I know.
Finally, somebody that can bring some entertainment value.
Oh, I know. I'm so
to
dull.
our
So
show.
what are you going to do?
Oh, my God. I can't believe it. I mean, so what you're saying is when we get him on, we should just cut it off.
Yeah, we should just let him talk because apparently he can joke and all this other stuff. And some messages he sent me, they've been pretty funny.
And we should just go. We should just
let
let him go.
Let him talk.
Cut the mics off. Where do you find these people?
I have hidden gem places that I have secret places I find people.
You guys just don't understand the work that Ellen does, the way she finds these people. I mean, the last show that we did, we had an entire race champion family on. The time before
God
that, we had the Force
happen.
family.
I didn't do anything to make that happen. God made everything fall into place for that one.
No, I did not even get an invite to that cookout that he was doing with the big green egg.
I didn't either. All
Jimmy.
I got an invite was to go in the tent and talk to the driver and sniff fumes and almost pass out.
Yeah,
I
that's
think I
probably
drove home high. I'm sorry. No.
that's probably why they gave you the interview,
I
because they
know.
felt bad for you.
Yeah, I was out there. Everybody else had gas masks on, but me.
Plus,
I'm
I mean, let's be honest. You still look like a kid too, so that probably had something
I don't
to
know
do with
about
it.
all that.
They were like, "Oh, look, somebody's kid's over here going crazy.
Whatever.
Maybe we should give her an interview." John, why
isn't
don't
she
you go sign an
special?
autograph for her?
It's like, oh, isn't she special?
Well, I'm excited because there's not a lot going on in racing right now. Well, I mean,
there
except for
is,
NASCAR.
but,
Yeah,
well,
you know, but we want to focus on the stuff outside of that.
Right. And
Give
there's a
people the
lot of
local
local
flair.
stuff going on. There's a lot going on in the dirt racing world. Doesn't seem like those guys ever stop. There's a lot going on in the drag racing world. But I can say that
a lot.
I mean, yeah. It's the same races, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we got one championship coming up, right?
I mean, technically 2, but who cares about one of them?
So yeah, exactly. So we have.
Well, no, 3. There is. I mean, you always get the World of Outlaws, and you may not pay attention to that, but I do. And that's coming up. Of course, they still have a ways to go.
Always goes back to the bad boy thing.
It's the Outlaws.
Oh, I do. I do love an outlaw. I do love it. Hey, I like old school.
But you know what? It's exciting for me because we haven't spent a lot of time talking about drift racing, stunt driving. So this is going to be interesting. I'm excited to see how this is going to go.
Yeah.
When we talk to Brendon Raymondi, which we're going to have coming up next right here on Behind the Wheel on RacingJunk.com.
Attention racers, race fans, and gearheads. If you're looking to buy, sell, or trade the stuff that stokes your engine, then check out RacingJunk.com. RacingJunk.com is the world's #1 online racing and performance classifieds, where you'll find what you need to rock your ride. Check us out at RacingJunk.com. Racing and performance classifieds built to go fast.
And welcome back to Behind the Wheel on RacingJunk.com. Chris Young sitting right here. Ellen Richardson in the studio across from me. This is so awesome. I feel like I'm in a professional.
I know. Chris says we're professional, but I don't think I am.
Not even close. But I do want to thank my friends at WSJS for allowing us to use their studios. They are freaking awesome. One of the best sports stations in the country. WSJS, we appreciate you guys. And on the phone with us right now, Rallycross AWD champion, Brendon Raymondi. Brendon, how you doing, buddy?
I am slamming ton. I'm doing really good, actually.
Okay. Now you say that, but I don't feel that in what you say. I mean,
Which is a great way to start. Okay, there we go.
Well,
reconnected. Okay.
There we go. It's reconnecting. Dude, I am so sorry that it took us so long to all the reschedules to get you on here, but we're excited to have you. How's everything going in your world?
I mean, I'm having fun with it. I was just actually doing a little racing session because I noticed that you guys hadn't yet called me, so I was like, all right, you know what? I'm going to crank on this dirt and do some simulator racing before I get behind the wheel in this podcast.
See, you got to get geared up to get geared up.
That's right.
That's somebody that lives it and breathes it. And, dude,
That's right.
What made you interested in racing? You're obviously addicted to it. You have fun with it. But what got you started?
Oh, so I guess how far back do you want to go? Because this could get like prehistoric and stuff. I think it might get a little bit.
Let's go to dinosaur era.
Yeah, absolutely. After mom and dad had love in their eyes.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I was the fastest sperm ever to be conceived, and that's how I roll my whole life.
That's how he got into
Just
racing.
always trying to get there.
He came out the tunnel 100 miles an hour.
No, none of my other brother or sister worked out that way. No, it's just I think I first noticed when I was in like a Fisher Price, like Flintstoning around, and I used to just bomb my body down the hill as fast as I could, and like try and take corners with it while like dragging my feet and stuff. So, but I mean, it's not always as obvious when you're like, I don't even know, 6 or 7. So, I did the same thing with lawnmowers too. Just letting the clutch go and letting it roll down there.
Interesting patterns, man. But that's awesome.
Instead of just cutting the grass, he's just cutting donuts in the grass.
Now, is that how you started to get into drift? Was doing all that from a kid? You loved just going fast and feeling the loss of control?
Yeah, like we get into bicycles and stuff, and you'd hold the rear brake down and see how sideways you could get. And it was just that feeling itself is like the utmost epitome, I would think, of life, for me at least. So it just continued on to 4 wheels, so I didn't feel like I was going to tip over and throw my body into a somersault.
Now, how did you learn how to do that? Because when I'm driving, I got to be in control. And if I start fishtailing or whatever, I'm not going to lie, I scream like a schoolgirl and I lose it. So how did you learn how to do it and keep control of it?
So it's definitely, it comes down to just wanting to do it. It's like it almost doesn't feel right if you don't do it after a while, because you're addicted to it. It's like people in this podcast, they're adrenaline junkies, are looking for any reason to find something to leech onto that seems like it's part of this world, and it's just something that you always look forward to. So it's not like, I mean, once you've done it, I don't even know, tens of thousands of times, it just becomes like a second nature. It's not really something you're afraid of. It's something you just look forward to, I guess.
You get adrenaline rushes by that, and I get terrified.
I know, right?
By that. Holy smoke.
I mean, I love driving a sports car, but if I feel like it's getting out of control, that's when I'm like, back off a little bit.
Now, Brandon, I got to admit, I don't know a whole lot about drift, but I did meet Vin Diesel. Does that count?
Oh my God, it does not count.
It does not count.
Do
Okay.
you all
What
get
is
offended?
Vin Diesel?
I mean, wasn't he in those movies?
Yes,
the Furious and Fast.
That's not real, though.
But
Oh, my
I'm trying
God.
to relate.
That's not relatable. That's not real. That's Hollywood.
Yeah, exactly. All I know is he had a big giant
I'm
head.
not that good.
Oh my God.
But I want to know, Ellen told me one thing, and she was like, you got to ask him about it. But I'm not going to tell you what it is. She said, you got a really cool nickname. And I've been thinking about it. Dude, what is this nickname? How did it come about?
Is this the most recent news? Is this what we're talking about?
No, this is what she's been
a
teasing
nickname
me
I
with.
saw on a video that you have out, that you had when you were about to go on that show.
Oh, the Road Warrior. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the most recent one.
I'm like, I don't know what the most recent one is. Now I want to know what that is.
So, I started doing a thing with Drift Slut. I thought that was
Oh
pretty
yeah, I like the
fascinating.
drift slut one. Yeah, I did notice that one too.
I want that tattoo.
Isn't that cool? You
I gotta
can't
get
have
that
it. You're
tattoo
not
now.
a drift driver.
No, I don't care. That's freaking awesome.
No, you can't have it unless you're a drift driver. That doesn't make sense for you.
Dude, that is the best I have heard in a minute. Road Warrior is awesome too because I'm a huge fan of those movies, but Drift Slut, come on, man.
Yeah,
You can't
well,
beat that.
Tell them how you got
That's-
the Road Warrior nickname, because I thought it was neat how you explained how you got that nickname.
So we just go to the rally crosses, and it's basically field racing, but you have like a prepared, well, I did at the time. I had like a prepared like Group N type rally car, kind of like what Ken Block drove, but it actually had like more horsepower. But we would just tear it up. I don't think we ever really let off the throttle more than for like just a brake for half a second, and yeah, like it would people would be asking like, well, how do you just beat the hell out of your car like that? And I'm like, well, I'm trying to learn how to drive, and it just kind of worked out that every single race we would give it our all, and it wouldn't have any sympathy for the machine or, you know, even for our well-being, I guess, even though it's just a field, but there was some trees on some of the corners. And so we just we heard that nickname once. He was like, oh man, he's like battling the road. He's a road warrior. So it's just kind of stuck, and the marketing team used it for the submission onto that Octane Academy show.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned that you kind of were able to handle any road. One thing I liked about that video too is it looks like you've kind of driven on dirt roads, you've driven on snow, you've driven on ice. Out of all that, you know, how are you able to handle that? How are you able to learn that? Because, I mean, you know, you talk to a lot of drivers, and, for instance, drag racing, a lot of drag racing drivers have picked it up from, oh, my dad drag raced or my uncle drag raced. You know, how did you learn to handle any road like that and handle the drift-type driving on those roads?
Well, I would say that I took the safe route, actually. I mean, a lot of rally drivers seem like subhuman to most people because, like, when you're doing like a circuit race or something where you're on the same surface, it's almost the same temperature, it's almost the same amount of grip, and then you go into something where it just constantly changes. Well, in rallycross and ice racing and stuff, it's pretty consistent for the most part. I mean, rallycross, obviously, you get like muddier areas and obviously like more wet spots or bigger bumps and stuff. But luckily for us, yeah, it's because it's in one location, it stays pretty solid. I've done a rally before and it changed all over the place, and that's a lot harder to learn. That's why like only, I don't even know, probably 70% of the field finishes or less. But it's more of like, it's kind of a anticipatory, intuitive knowledge for people that just do rally, I think. I don't really see it as like something that you kind of just learn that quickly. It's kind of more of you just understand how the gravel and the snow is going to react to the car before it even happens. It's kind of more of like, yeah, it's intuitive.
Yeah.
But I'm not there yet.
Well, you're getting there,
man.
though. I mean,
yeah.
Chris,
I'm
you
sitting here
should see
watching
this
some
video.
of his. Yeah, I'm
Oh
watching
my
some of his
gosh.
his videos now, and dude, you got some great stuff on YouTube.
Yeah, he does. This one video that I watched today, he actually went to, and forgive me if I'm getting this wrong, but what I watched today, you were driving on the snow, but you didn't have snow tires. Your team wasn't anticipating the snow or something like that, didn't have snow tires, but you were still able to race.
Yeah, we had gravel tires. Oh, that was crazy. I get a little bit like nuts when I'm trying to just go all out just to race. I think we forgot our gloves, and we didn't know it was going to snow. I think it dropped like 40 degrees or something.
Wow.
Lord, I think that might be God telling you, "Hey guys, you're not racing today."
he raced anyway.
Yeah, I know he did.
Yeah, they almost told us that actually at the event, but what had happened was I got up to swap the wheels, and I had tested them in my garage, and I think actually the night before I had put some brakes on the car. I'd never done that before. I had the calipers, and my friend was like, "Oh, how do you know how to do that? Like, are you sure you can do that?" I'm like, I don't know. I just don't care.
I'll figure it out.
Simple enough. Yeah.
But I mean, you've built your car before, right? I mean, you know your way in and out.
I mean, I've had people help me, and I've done a lot of things, and they've taught me a lot of things. So that's the best part. I mean, I have gotten all the way to like doing the engine and putting that in and out of a car. I think 3 times now. So
now, is this your team that helps you build it, or has it just been family? Or
yeah, it's completely just been my family. Like mostly my dad and a friend of mine. There's like one guy,
Bob.
So it's really great.
Bob's over there helping me. We don't know where Bob came from, but man, he's great. He helps us.
So shout out to Jordan if he's listening. But
nice.
Yeah, it was my redneck buddy who knows how to throw a wrench around.
See, but those guys are the best, man.
They
really
are.
To have. Yeah.
I agree, because some of these people that have built cars that, I don't know, have built them at shops where you got like 18 people working on one car. Then one person knows how to do one thing, and they don't know how to do anything else on the car but that one thing.
Well, and to me, it leads more to, because I can tell by listening to Brendon talk that he's going to be successful, but he's come up the right way.
Right.
And Brendon, I hope I'm not projecting on you here when I say this, but that's the type of athlete that garners more respect when they do win. They didn't have everything handed to them because dad owned the team and put 20 mechanics on it. You've been out there busting knuckles, learning, been drifting since you were a kid. You're passionate about it and you love it. And I think that's what's going to catapult you to superstardom.
Absolutely. He actually already had a little bit of superstardom. Tell us about being on Octane Academy, or trying out for Octane Academy.
Oh, so that was kind of a long shot. Again, like what you just said, it was, I think I applied the year before, and they didn't have much of a process for it. You just kind of like sent your portfolio in. I didn't get in. And that one was a bit different because they had like a lot of physical contests in the beginning of that show. Like you'd have to run through mud and muck and stuff, which is like fine, but it doesn't have anything to do with racing, I don't think. So it's just like boot camp.
Yeah.
But
do you have good hair?
They can you read good? Yeah, I can do that. No, it's but they gave each contestant that won each for the contest a car. But for this one, it was much more focused on the racing part. So you had to go down and test at this track in New Jersey, Thunderbolt.
Okay.
It's in Jersey Motorsports Park. And they had about, it's probably like 350 people there, maybe 250. And they had us drive around this, the half of the track and like turn back with a Porsche driving instructor. And I kind of asked in the beginning, I was like, do you want us to just cruise around? And they're like, yeah. And then at the end, halfway through, he goes, yeah, pick it up. I'm like, okay. So I got it sideways with him in the car and caught it. And he's like, oh, yeah, nice, nice catch. And I was like, yep, okay. And then went right back to not doing that again. And then they had Chris Forsberg, actually. I don't know why this wasn't part of the show, but it's really interesting. He was the drifting instructor, and he was teaching us kind of the basics to drift because, it's quite difficult if you've never done it before. And we were doing just a figure eight in the cold in a Mustang GT, and that was still pretty challenging because lower speed sometimes is more unstable. It's more like twitchy, like everything that you do like can either grip really hard or brake really hard. So break the rear wheels really hard. But somehow I think I actually wore my dad's racing suit. It was a blue suit to the event, which kind of worked out probably too in my favor because it was colder than all hell. So I was thinking if we're gonna bust it open, you can still light on fire in a stock car. So, but yeah, it was pretty epic because you're basically being put into a scenario where it's like your dreams have come true, where you're in a world where they give you the vehicles and the training and the team and food. They pay you.
Big part. That's a big part.
Yeah, to like screw around in their their $40,000-$50,000 vehicles, and they film it and give you publicity. So it was huge. Yeah.
Now, Brendon, is that what kind of transitioned you over into entertainment and comedy? When you got on there, you kind of got the bug a little bit.
So that's the other part that's kind of strange, is that it's taken so long. Is that I've kind of known. I think I said I wanted to be a comedian ever since I knew like who Jim Carrey was. Probably back when I was, I don't even know, like 11 or 12.
Right.
I've just always been like, I think they say every picture I've taken I've made a face or something.
Were you also the glass clown coming up?
Now, if you notice in that one video, actually, he's at the beginning. Yeah. He does have the Jim Carrey smile. He does. No, I'm dead serious. If when Jim Carrey played the Joker in Batman,
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Okay.
You had that same smile.
I've just been sitting here watching his rally videos. I mean, dude's insane. I love it. But yeah, so how did all of them watching some of the dirt fish rally school stuff? Let's see. I got the looks like there's a championship one I saw too where you're taking on somebody. I think Nietzsche or something. I'm just kind of like scrolling through. But how did that leap? Have you found that it's been easier to break into entertainment and comedy now?
Well, it was kind of strange because when I moved to LA out of like a whim, I was supposed to actually move there with my friend, and he just didn't go. But I was already committed to going. I didn't really think about acting as like something that I was as focused on. So I thought it was kind of like fake to my inner self or something. Like I just wanted to be as true as possible. That's why I was like focused on comedy, because I was like, oh, I know I'm funny. So I did like an audition there, and they said that I was really good, and it just kind of dawned on me that like this is why I like entertaining so much, because not just because I like being a funny guy, but I also like being emotionally expressive. So it's kind of I guess that would be like at the end point when we're doing this interview later, that would be the outcome of this would be I would be doing acting and comedy and racing, and it would all tie together as like a giant thing that just kind of happened because I stopped being negative about acting.
Right.
Well, I mean, you hear about all these drivers getting acting jobs all the time anyway. I mean, why not be able to do a little bit of everything? And I mean, why have one talent? I don't think God's put us on the earth with just one talent. I mean, it's okay to be good at other things too.
So tell me about the Killer Jokes for Hire, Baby Not Included. What is this?
Oh my God, I totally didn't see that.
What is it?
That was for a marketing class I did in Santa Monica. So it's like another
job
kind
he
of
has.
producer.
Nice. I'm trying to get it to load up, but apparently I've reached my data limit. I need to go put
that's
some
what
more.
you get for having Verizon Wireless.
No, I got to put some more minutes on my track phone.
Oh, no.
That's so beautiful.
The burner ran out.
That's right.
Burner ran out. Exactly. His burner done ran out. That's what you get for letting that girl use your burner.
I can't help it. So Brendon, what's next? What's next on the horizon?
So, basically with that name, that I guess you call it a brand, it's supposed to be kind of like a freedom fighter comedy, atmosphere, and I'm using that as like a launching point to promote this simulator racing as much as possible, because it's just such a useful tool. I mean, I can do comedy and racing in one take, every time, and you can just choose a character and practice even if you want to do lines. But I don't usually do lines. I just kind of freestyle it. But it's just such a powerful tool to kind of, even like a therapy thing, like you just kind of free your mind and you just go with the flow and be super productive, I guess.
Right.
Do you ever get a chance to go out like local clubs, do stand up? I
have done that, yeah.
Nice.
Oh wow. Do you ever tell like comedy jokes about like some of your drift driving or any of that kind of thing?
I did. Well, this is for a contest. It was like $100,000.
Wow.
For Laugh Factory and
I've heard of Laugh
Indy,
Factory,
and they wanted it to be clean, and I'm not as used to that because I'm just more of like whatever it takes to be funny.
Yeah.
I'll just so I had to basically reinvent some material that was just for that contest, and I went to a local club here in Broome County, and
Broome County. I love that.
yeah, just some stand up. So I don't know. I mean, it's kind of similar. I mean, I guess if you're doing a live stream, it's like a sit down comedy session, but you're doing it in front of a different audience. They're digital.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot different doing it in front of a crowd versus doing it in front of a camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't do either one.
I
don't
mean,
even
dude,
know about y'all.
I mean, but with how strong social media is these days.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm checking out some of the videos now. Yeah, you need to keep rolling with the doing the jokes, doing the stand up in front of the camera. Because I mean that just can't hurt you anywhere.
No,
I mean,
and actually
acting,
some of his
comedy,
his
racing.
simulator videos are hysterical. He's sitting there driving simulator and he's talking and he's telling jokes while he's driving. They're funny. I listened to some of them today. They were hysterical.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
That's money.
And honestly, I mean, a lot of those simulator racing kind of simulation things, a lot of the drivers talk back and forth. Brendon, do you do that? Do you talk to a lot of the other drivers while you're doing the simulator racing?
Oh, yeah, we do that multiplayer stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of like some conduit or like some type of spawn for weird shit to happen around me. Because every time we're around people, they tell me the strangest stuff. Like,
oh yeah, they'll tell you their whole life story if you let them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they'll tell me that like they think they're gay or.
Oh my God, don't you love those kind of things?
I heard one guy was like talking about murdering people or
oh my gosh. That's scary.
Dude,
that's scary. I'd be cutting
Are you sure
off.
you went to a comedy club and not like an AA meeting or something? I mean, maybe.
Wow, that's a little scary.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, that was VR chat one time.
Oh,
virtual reality chat.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh Lord.
So you're trying to get into drift driving full time,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that can be difficult sometimes looking for sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had some sponsors that you've reached out to? Are you still looking for some? What can we do to help you there?
So I'm kind of actually unsure about how that would work because I have a rally car,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like a real old one. It's a '98 Subaru, and I mean I used to have a nice one. I had the STI, but that thing blew up. So I was supposed to get a UTV because I'm trying to stick on that off-road kind of like rally package, and
right.
I'd be using it to make like Gymkhana type videos and stuff too, because the Yamaha 1000 is quite a freaking monster.
Yes.
So I'm not sure how that would work if I don't have a vehicle that is.
Yeah, but if you have the
off the
sponsorship
par.
money, then you buy the vehicle.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that. I've never seen that done before. I guess I was just kind of limited in that belief then.
Well, see, don't be limited. You got to just kind of let that limited part go.
Right.
What
I mean, I see corporate sponsorships lining up.
oh yeah,
Because he can go to the
absolutely.
little meetings and entertain. He's got a marketing mind.
Exactly. Yes, and
funny,
he actually does a
personable.
little bit of marketing on the side. So yeah, he has a marketing mind. He's funny. He's
Dude, you just got to go out and
actor.
ask.
I mean, he could do it all. So
Yeah.
that's just the kind of driver you really need to have in your stable and obviously you're a talented driver because I mean you've driven on just about everything. And any driver that can handle off-road and can handle something like the Baja can handle just about anything.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, Robbie Gordon may not have done well in NASCAR like he does with the Baja, but, I mean, you've got drivers that can handle that. They can handle a lot. And, drift driving is not something where you see as many drivers that have to have near the amount of money that you see in some of these other sports like, with the NHRA and that kind of thing. So, I mean, having just the right sponsor that's the right partner, especially being right there in LA, seems like a seamless match because I mean especially when you've got somebody who has that Vin Diesel type, comedy, silly, because that's one thing. Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's funny. He's
Family is real.
Of course, you're the real driver where they're doing the fake stunts.
That's right.
Oh, have you done any? I thought I saw something about you doing some stunt driving too. Have you done some stunt driving as well?
Yeah, so for the show they had us, practicing different types of like maneuverable cars, trying to slide them around and get them to do something funky. But that's like a direct connection to the movie industry too as well.
Have you ever thought about doing that, doing stunt driving for like movies and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're in that condition where you're ready to slide as much as possible, it's anything's up to go. Actually, I have to hold you back for 1 second. I'll be right back. I gotta use the ladies' room.
Oh, there we go.
I'll have to edit that part out.
Oh yeah. That's nothing.
Yeah.
That's an easy, quick clip. Yeah, if he gets in front of some corporate sponsors, he'll get. He should get lined up pretty quick.
He's not the cleaned up driver like you hear of all these other drivers.
But yeah, I mean, you don't necessarily need that.
No.
So I mean, it's
I'm back.
everything.
Yay,
Wow, that was
he's
quick.
back.
Yeah.
That was a quick one.
So
Yeah, I told you I do everything fast.
look, he's quick in the car,
He's
quick in
fast.
the John. So Brendon, if somebody, because dude, I was just telling Ellen a second ago, you could be a great market for some sponsorships. How could somebody get a hold of you?
So the easiest way is actually, I was telling her to hit me up on Facebook because you get all of the alerts are there, and I can video call, and it's very personable. And I just like doing it that way, and I like having the face to face or voice to
He's like
voice.
a FaceTime person.
What's your Facebook profile?
It's Brendon Raymondi right now.
Okay.
I'm actually changing the last name so people can spell it because I've had so many issues that I'm just doing Brendon Raymond.
Right.
Brendon Raymond.
That's hilarious. You could just call yourself Drift Slut on Facebook.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why not just Drift Slut?
I mean, why not? Or Road Warrior. You can do either
Claim
one.
it, copyright that bad boy. So if they got
That's
to
right.
use it, they got to pay you for it.
That's right.
It's all about royalties.
Yeah.
That's right.
Plastic, son, plastic.
No, I definitely am in the process of doing the whole business thing. But eventually, I think I would remove the Drift Slut from my tagline on my page,
Right.
just to have the option for more sponsors because I don't think the world is really ready for that kind of freedom. Like,
Yeah, probably not.
We need to be though.
I mean, but you never know. You never know. Now, do you also have like Twitter, Instagram, anything like that?
Yeah, I use all of them. I use Instagram a lot for kind of like a stretch of a vlog where you're just uploading different segments of your day.
Yeah.
And then I put that on the story there. And then all my streams, they're on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and Mixer right now. Actually, I don't really care about Mixer, but
And they're all under Brendon Raymondi?
they're under Drift Slut Brendon Raymond.
Okay, got
Every
it.
single
See,
one.
that's why everything
Got
should
it.
be Drift Slut. Why can't
Yeah.
it just be that?
Well, I mean, it's a perfect fit. Brendon, dude, we are excited for you.
Yes.
And we're looking forward to see what happens in the future. Please check back in with us. We're going to keep up with you. But be sure to check him out on Facebook, Drift Slut Brendon.
Chris can't get it out.
Yeah, I want it so bad. I wanted that tattoo.
Oh my god.
Drift Slut Brendon Raymond.
Yeah, that's a good legit tattoo. You don't need to be a drifter to get that.
yeah, why
that's
not?
on purpose.
No,
Somebody be
'cause
like,
people
"Do you
wouldn't
drift?" Only when
understand
I
it
walk.
otherwise.
Yeah, only after I drink a little bit. So. But Brendon, thank you so much for joining us, man. We're excited to have you, and we look forward to many, many great things for you in the future, my man.
Oh man, I appreciate it. I love you guys. I listened to your shows a bunch of times, and it was hilarious.
Oh, dude,
That's
I'm sorry.
wonderful.
That's
I'm
the
sorry.
same for you.
So
Hey.
sorry.
We appreciate you liking us. Not many people do. No, I'm just
Yeah,
joking.
he's the one.
Is that the fan that keeps clicking on
It is. That's the one. He's the only one. But be sure to follow him. Social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Go check out his videos, too. He's got some great videos on
Yes,
YouTube.
he does.
Dude, get that channel, subscribe to it. And Brendon, thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to catching up with you soon.
Yeah, I appreciate it. This has been an awesome experience.
All right, buddy. We'll catch up with you soon. Take
Thank
care.
you.
What a cool dude.
I know. He's hysterical. Not too many drivers are
Personable,
quite that personable and less
willing
dry.
to talk.
At least, hey, he's hysterical. He's definitely not dry, which is, you know,
I like the fact
that's
he's
the
not
one thing
PG.
about. That's the only thing that kind of bothers me about some of the upper echelon in racing.
Right.
The drivers are just getting less and less personable.
Well, and when they get too clean and they come across as too PC, to me it just comes off as way too fake.
Yeah.
I just don't like it.
Exactly.
He sounds like a real, and it sounds like we're catching him on the cusp.
Exactly.
I'm excited.
Hopefully
for
he'll
him.
remember us later.
Yeah. Well, no. They never do.
I
You know,
know.
and why would he? We are schleps.
Oh.
We are dregs of society. We are.
Well, at least we have some followers.
That's right. Except, well, yeah, you do. I don't. I
don't
pretty
know
much
about all
managed to
that.
make everybody who ever likes me angry.
I'm pretty good at that myself.
But we want to definitely thank Rallycross AWD champion Brendon Raymondi for coming on and joining us this afternoon with Behind the Wheel on RacingJunk.com. And Ellen, I know you got more stuff coming up.
Oh, yeah. I got some more tricks up my sleeve.
2018, the racing season's still going on. I'm looking forward to what's going to happen in the fall.
Yes.
A little teaser for what we got coming up now.
I've got a few tricks up my sleeve I'm still working on, but I definitely want to get a few more females and a few more outside the box type drivers.
Yeah.
So if you have not hit us up yet saying, hey, I want to be on your show, hit us up. Just hit us up on Racing Junk, comment on one of the articles, shoot us an email at info@racingjunk.com. I mean, I want to hear from you. I've got a few drivers that are interested, but, I want to find out about everybody's story.
Yeah.
So, everybody's got a great story to tell. Don't be afraid to contact us.
You do a great job of working the circles. I mean,
Hey,
I don't
I'm
know how you
trying.
do it. You work magic. We want to thank you so much for joining us here on the latest edition Behind the Wheel on RacingJunk.com. For Ellen Richardson, I'm Chris Young. We'll see you later.